Hey everyone, this is Chuck from Chuck and E, Let It Be. And I just come for just a short little video today on the Detroit Pistons upcoming season. All right, as you can see, I got my dog Bella here. We just moved to Dearborn here. But let me get right to the point here. The Pistons did a wonderful, wonderful job to me. Now, I want to hear from you guys out there as far as what's going on with the Detroit Pistons today, as far as um, their draft, as far as their free agents. But first of all, let me start off with their coach that they hired, Dwayne Casey. Very, very, very good choice. Very intelligent man. Been working for, was assistant coach with Dallas. He was in the 7, 8 years with Toronto, and now he's coming to us as a mentor of young talent for the Detroit Pistons. And I think that he's going to give the young players a chance to play. That's the main thing, because as you seen under Stan Van Gundy, we had a lot of problems with Stan Van Gundy. Not saying Stan Van Gundy was a bad coach, but to let you know that Stan Van Gundy was old school. I understand that because I'm old school myself. But the NBA is moving forward, as we know. So I look at Casey coming in, using Luke Kennard. He's going to use a lot of young players in today's NBA to run that offense, to help Blake Griffin, who we talk about our big three: Blake Griffin, Andre Drummond, and Reggie Bullock, or I should say Reggie Jackson. But what's important with that, with Reggie Jackson and with Blake Griffin, is health. So we got to make sure that we keep them healthy. I like Casey because he's going to run more than 8 or 9 guys. He may run 10 to 12 guys, depending, because we know how the NBA goes. They have a lot of back-to-back nights, and even though they kind of changed the schedule, um, I like the addition of some of our new free agents that they added. I know some of you guys looking at that they got rid of Buckley and they got rid of Moreland, but the Pistons had to do what they had to do as far as um, um, saving on their salary. I think Shaja Pachulia and Jose Carteron is going to be very good pickups for them. They may not play as much, so don't get too bent out of shape about that. Later on, I'll talk about the rookies that they added. But it's just very important for us to just stay focused on what the Pistons are trying to do in this sense of time. And let's not forget that LeBron James has moved to the Western Conference. Now, I know you got Indiana, you got Washington, you got Boston in New Jersey, and Philadelphia, who was already at the top of the charts, that has a chance to get to the championship. But the Pistons now, who was the 9th seed last year in the playoffs, have a chance to move up to maybe the 7th. Now, I'm giving them the benefit of doubt, but I like to see them move up a little bit further in there to maybe the 6th or the 5th seed in the NBA playoff challenge. I think they got the chance to do that because of a coach like Dwayne Casey. Van Gundy, he's going to be okay. But I'm glad for the direction that the Pistons are going into. I know that we had a hard time. I had a hard time knowing what Tom Gores, our owner, was doing with the Detroit Pistons. But he finally made a decision. We know he got his general. We know who the general manager is. Ed. He's the general manager, and so we can move forward on that. The main thing is for us to go out there and cheer the Detroit Pistons on, hold them up in high regard to what they're going to accomplish. Let's give Dwayne Casey a chance. He's got a 5-year contract with $7 million, 35, 35 for the next 5 years. So let's hold him up to high regard to what we're going to do, and let's just see what's going to happen this year and stay focused. I'm not looking for the Pistons to win a championship, but I'm looking for them to get to the playoffs this year. We need to get to the playoffs. It's been since 2009 since we've been to the playoffs. So I just wanted to chime in a little bit with that. As always, I'm Chuck from C&E. Let it be. And as always, tune in to this podcast. And I will later on come with part 2 on later on about the Pistons draft. I didn't want to get into their 2 draft picks today, but I just wanted to talk about a little bit about their roster and where they're headed. Thank you very much, and God bless.